Dragon Ball Z. Dragon, rock the dragon, come get Dragon Ball Z. Dragon, rock the Dragon Ball Z. Dragon, rock the dragon, come get Dragon, rock the Dragon Ball Z. Dragon, rock the dragon, come get
Hello everyone, and welcome back to Side B. I'm Professor Icepick, and today we're going to be talking about this new game. I'm not sure what it's called. It's called Mahvel Viz Capcom Infinite. Yeah, it doesn't ring a bell. Doesn't ring a bell.
I believe the words you're looking for are Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite.
I still don't recognize it. I don't think we've ever talked about this game before.
Never ever. Nope.
So,
Fucking
yeah, it's like we didn't know where to go from that one. So, joining me as per usual in Side B fashion, we've got PsychBat.
Hey.
And we have a special guest today, the man, the myth, the legend, the LeBaron. Dari, say hi this time.
Hi this time.
Hooray! It worked.
Hey.
He didn't. So this is actually our second attempt at recording. The first time, for some reason, when I started, Dari's audio cut out completely. He could not hear us. We could hear him, but he could not hear us. And it turned into like there was this one moment where we kept on asking him, "Can you hear us?" And like this one time, he just said, almost in response, like perfectly timed in response, "No, I can't hear you." And I'm like, he's a fucking cartoon character. He is legitimately a cartoon character. He is like one of those, well, like the buzzard or the puma from those old Looney Tunes cartoons.
Oh, bro, yeah.
It's like that's what popped into my head. God. So yeah, we are going to be talking about Marvel Infinite for the millionth time, I believe.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think we talked about it too much on the Side B side.
Probably not. I think this might actually be the first time Psych's talking about it with us.
Oh, yeah, I mean...
At least in a long time.
Of course. I mean, I love this. I love almost every iteration of the game. Even
Franchise.
Tatsunoko.
Oh yeah, I love Tatsunoko.
I love
Yeah.
Tatsunoko as well.
Tatsunoko is it's right up there for me. Excuse me. But I've never talked at length about Infinite. I've always I did talk about a wish list. I mean, you could hear it in the previous podcast. I did talk about a wish list, and I didn't even finish up my wish list for the Capcom side. I didn't have them. I had like 3 characters, and I had to like decide two more characters, and yeah. I mean, you could hear it on the other podcast, and we just didn't talk about that at length. But now we're talking about the game at length from the announcement to now, which is, I mean, it's just the downward spiral.
I mean, a lot of people have turned on this game significantly since...
I mean, you would expect the first game in the Versus franchise to get a lot more hype than we're used to seeing for this game.
Yep.
So I guess the way we're going to handle this is sort of a timeline.
Sure,
we're just going to...
outline.
Yeah, we've got a bit of an outline to work from, so... and of course, I mean, Psych and I, we both have our major issues with the game, but Dari is a true believer. That would make Stan Lee proud. Isn't that right, Dari?
Yeah, that's pretty much right.
I mean, you still brag about how you still have your $90 pre-order, right?
Mm-hmm.
Holy shit! Really?
He pre-ordered the digital deluxe edition.
What the hell?
He got it at
this.
GameStop.
I didn't know this.
I know. I just thought I'd spring it on you in the podcast.
What the fuck? Yeah, wait. So, is it the one where it comes with the Infinity Gems?
No. He didn't go quite that insane. No, he got the $90 one, which comes with the base game for $60, and then the season 1 of 6 DLC characters and
Season 1. God.
Season 1.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, okay. Oh, you didn't.
They didn't say what they haven't said seasons yet.
They haven't said seasons, but all of the PRFs have been saying, "Oh, do you know why we're calling this one Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite? Because we're going to keep supporting the game forever."
Jesus Christ. It's like they took the wrong lessons from the Killer Instinct plan.
That and the MK plan, but it's the same thing that...
With the MK plan.
MK plan did a lot better, though.
I mean, the Killer Instinct plan worked all right, just because, like, the base game, like, you can play the game for free. It's not very good when you play it for free, but you can play it for free.
Well, anyways, I guess we got a little too...
Yeah, we're so... Sorry, what?
I was saying, I'm sorry, no, it really wasn't my fault.
It's cool.
Dude. I got on you for the pre-order.
Yeah.
So, Dari's getting 6 characters and 6 costumes. The deal was so good. How could he lose?
Jesus.
So, let's go back in time to before this. Back to the last Marvel game. Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3, which was made because... Let's see, it was apparently an earthquake caused a tsunami in Japan. And that's why they couldn't make DLC for the original Marvel vs. Capcom 3. So instead, they made an expanded edition, and that pissed everyone off because it was cheaper and had more content than the original.
And it kind of negated the whole fact that the original game actually existed.
Well, yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, well, of course. It was the definitive version for me.
I agree. I enjoyed it.
It had a bunch more characters that we were actually hyped about. Well, some more than others.
I wanted Frank West and Ghost Rider in there from the beginning.
Like Ghost, I mean, sure. There were some people who were like, "Oh man, we're gonna get a new version of the game," and then like. I think an hour later, we got leaked. We got images.
the entire. No, the worst part is Capcom accidentally posted the entire roster expansion on their own website.
Yeah, that was amazing.
That was great.
Cool. Like when I saw Frank West, I was super happy. We got Strider, we got Frank West, we got
Firebrand.
We got Firebrand.
We got Doctor Strange. We got...
Dari actually came buckets when they revealed Doctor Strange. He was really excited.
Yeah. I remember.
Dari actually stole one of his mom's makeup pencils and drew a little mustache on his face. That's how excited he was.
We got... I don't play this character often, but I do like playing him, Nemesis.
Oh yeah, I love Nemesis. He was the best Resident Evil character.
Yeah, honestly, yeah.
I hate Wesker.
I know you do. I'm not good at him. I play him because his hyper, his level 1, the maximum Wesker one. That's pretty cool, but. Other than that, I'm not really good at that cheap idiot. I don't like playing as Jill, not because she doesn't have the same moveset from the other game, but she's just really boring in general. I do like playing as her, but I don't love playing as her. She's fast and she's really nimble.
I think she's fast, but I also think that she's kind of clumsy. That's my issue with like that one super she does where she like just spins around and like shoots off shit and it doesn't really
do anything.
Yeah, that shit sucks.
Yeah, honestly, yeah. We got Nova. We got Hawkeye.
I liked Hawkeye. He was okay. We got shit. Who else did we get? Oh yeah, who could forget Iron Fist? Remember Iron Fist? Oh, and who could forget Rocket Raccoon back before he was voiced by fucking shit? What's his name? Bradley Cooper. Which I liked. You know what? I'll be honest with you.
I like British Rocket Raccoon.
I like Bradley Cooper. I like both Rocket Raccoons, but the problem with Bradley Cooper's Rocket Raccoon is that they can't get him to do everything, and the people they get to like play the knockoff version of him are terrible. Look at me, I'm Rocket Raccoon.
Sooner or later, we're gonna get Charlie Adler.
Oh Jesus Christ! That would actually probably be a step up. No wait, I know what he has to do the Ed Big Head voice.
Yeah, I mean,
or no, fucking the red guy from Cow and Chicken.
Oh my god, I just thought.
Hello there, I'm Rocket Raccoon.
Jesus Christ, that'd be amazing.
That would be my. He also gets to play Groot.
Yeah.
But he just uses the same. He uses the same voice. I am Groot. There you go. There you go, Marvel. Do it. Make it happen. Just redub the entire Guardians of the Galaxy cartoon show with nothing but Charlie Adler voices. Fucking make Gamora into Bev Bighead. Ow! Ow, Star-Lord! Fucking shit like that. Like, there you go. I've saved your budget issues.
What's that character's name in that one where those mice live in the fucking
fucking Capital Critters.
Yeah.
Shit, we did that on commentary. That was the
that
worst
was actually
thing.
pretty fun.
It was fun because it was such a bad show.
Yeah, this show sucked.
It was terrible, but you know what was worse than that? Fucking Fish Police.
Oh, I haven't seen that.
It's terrible, but it had the best Hanna-Barbera character of all time. So that was the great fucking hell. Oh man. Okay, but again, let's see who else did we miss on the Capcom side?
Well,
Phoenix Wright, of course. How could I forget?
Oh, fan favorite Phoenix Wright. Wow. Yeah.
Who could
Everybody
forget?
Wanted him. Everybody wanted him.
Everybody wanted him, and then they
Tatsunoko.
Like, yeah.
Mitsuma tried to incorporate him in Tatsunoko at one point.
He was just going to be a podium. And that one,
Yeah.
he was literally going to be a podium in that.
He just didn't know how to incorporate him well.
No, he didn't.
Right.
It's kind of like how Capcom tried to put the Silver Surfer in at one point, but they couldn't. They thought, well,
his board was too big.
That, and they couldn't really, even without the board, they couldn't really distinguish him from Iceman. It was weird.
He's a cosmic. Well,
Yeah, man.
He has cosmic powers. That's enough to differentiate him right.
I kind of forget that Iceman and Silver Surfer are just in the same universe. It's
I know,
weird.
it's so strange.
It's weird. Like I'm a big Marvel guy. I read a bunch of the comics, but it always like I'm reminded that Silver Surfer and Iceman live in the same universe, and it's like, ugh. Ew,
I mean, to be fair, they do. Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say, remember, in current Marvel, Iceman's gay.
Yeah, I'm not really a fan of how that went down, but well,
the way,
I mean,
the way it went down was super bad.
like,
See,
didn't they
a lot of
gaslight
people-
him into being gay? Isn't that what happened?
Well, it was more like it's more written well now. It's because he had just a rough childhood, rough adulthood.
Shouldn't he just be bi then? Wouldn't that just like fix all the problems?
I guess. If he really comes down to it, technically he would be bi, but I guess it was him forcing himself to like girls, to be quote unquote normal. I guess that's how in his. I mean, I really, as an individual who has constant bouts of depression and psychological shenanigans, it's kind of, I understand how the current Bobby Drake Iceman would be, kind of like that.
Fair enough. I don't know. I just heard that the way it went down was really awkward.
Well, the way it went down okay, so I know we're going a little off topic, but the way it went down was with the past.
Right, the young one came. The young one came out as gay, and then it's like.
Well, actually, no. That's the worst part about it is that Jean Grey read his mind, saying you're gay, and Iceman kind of like he was like, okay, yeah, I'm gay, and we're like, what the fuck?
So she outed him. What the?
Yeah,
okay, this is horrible. All of this is horrible. This gets even worse. What the fuck?
I mean, the way they handled him, and okay, and and it's all Bendis' fault right there. And then Bendis kind of like had to, run from fall. I mean, Jesus Christ! It was.
Are they just making the X-Men intolerable on purpose?
Like
they're trying to make the X-Men intolerable so people forget who they are.
No one's going to forget who the X-Men are. That's a stupid plan.
And we're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that.
Yeah, we're gonna get to that.
Yeah, we are. See the roster. But the way they dealt with the adult Bobby Drake, I can understand that part because he's throughout the years he's actually been more mentally impaired. Not to say that he has like a mental problem. That's why he's gay. No. He's had a rough life, and many people don't come out until many years later. In real life.
Fair enough.
So, but the way it started, the way the no pun intended, the way the snowball started falling.
Jesus Christ! Continue.
God. Yeah, that's how it is. That's how it started. Jean Grey outed him as gay, and fuck.
Jean Grey is just a terrible character, isn't she?
Yeah, honestly, yeah. I had my, no. She's still alive, Dari. She has her own.
The young Jean Grey is alive.
Yeah, young Jean Grey.
My present Jean Grey is still dead as a doornail.
Yep. Okay. Yeah. This Jean Grey.
Before she became the Phoenix.
Yeah. She's been a terrible character.
Well, I mean, I think she's always I always hated Jean Grey.
Well, yeah, people. Well, not Dari. Dari likes Jean Grey and Scott together.
No, I don't actually.
No, Dari hates Cyclops.
Dari hates the Cyclops Emma relationship.
Dari hates Cyclops in general. He wants Emma to be with Jean. but not like in a sexualized way. He means more in like they should go in together to adopt a cat.
What the hell?
And like live together in an apartment and just water their plants and shit like that. And like one of them should wear a bandana and some cat's eye glasses. That's the kind of relationship Dari wants Emma and Jean Grey to have. You feel me?
So yeah, Marvel vs. Capcom. Oh well, Ultimate Marvel. Excuse me.
Added 12 characters. It renewed hype, but in some ways it was kind of broken a little bit.
Sure, and we got costume
DLC.
Oh yeah, we got costume.
Except for Magneto, which I'm still bitter about. Fuck you, Spain. You fuckers.
Yeah, Spain sucks.
Oh yeah, Spain.
Should have at least made a replacement.
Exactly. Like, no, you can't put that in. Hell's mode came out.
When I bought a DLC, I bought all of it. I bought the costume DLC.
Oh yeah, me too.
I was wondering.
I only bought like a few of them, so.
I bought them all because they had a sale before they started taking shit down.
Yeah.
And it was like $5 for all the costumes. And I'm like, yeah, okay. That was pretty much my entire reaction to it. I was just, yeah, okay.
I think my main costume for Frank West would be the Mega Man one.
I liked the white suit with the red shirt. I just called him Leisure Suit Frank. But the pink one with the zebra stripes was pretty cool too.
Yeah,
I like that one as well. That was another good one.
Then we got Origins,
which I loved. I wish that they would re-release that again to soften the blow of this.
Turns out, I mean, we got the feeling that Marvel was here to stay, and apparently they lost the license again.
Well, that's because Disney went insane and thought, "Hey, we'll make our own gaming universe. That'll work. Yeah, that won't be a problem." And then it fucking backfired.
Well, this isn't without, without merit, because they made a bunch of money with the movies.
The problem is, though, is that Disney isn't really renowned for making good video games in-house.
Oh, sure. No, of course. We got like back when the Disney Afternoon days.
They partnered up with a little-known Japanese company. Maybe you've heard of it. I mean, it's kind of off topic here. A little company by the name of Capcom, I want to say. Was that what they were called?
Yeah.
Well, remember the first game in the technical first game in the Marvel Capcom series is the Punisher on arcade.
Well, no, I'm talking about how Disney's brilliant idea was to make their own video games, and that didn't turn out so well for them.
They only had 2 games, and that before they pretty much found.
They tried to leverage it into Disney Infinity, and that wasn't enough to save it. That wasn't enough to save it. The worst part about Disney Infinity is that it didn't get canceled because it wasn't profitable. Quite the opposite, in fact. It got canceled because of all of the infighting on the dev teams.
Oh.
That's fucking ridiculous. They couldn't keep the money flow. Oh man, it's terrible.
Yeah.
Oh god.
So, the Marvel license, I think this became too expensive to hold on to.
I think it was more. Well, no, they didn't they just start like, shit. What's the word I'm looking for? They started revoking it for everyone. Like the Deadpool game went away, and now it's back.
Yeah.
Well, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, they just started revoking everything. They're like, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, you're gone.
They took away Marvel vs. Capcom 2. I think it was one of the first.
Now, Marvel vs. Capcom 2 went away at the same time as Ultimate, which is weird.
Oh, yeah.
They went together.
Now that's back.
Yeah. Wait.
That's back on current gen, though.
Well, yeah, Ultimate is back, not MvCI 2. Which...
No, I'm talking about.
You're talking about Ultimate Alliance. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You don't remember that? That even came out on PC.
No, I mean Marvel 2.
Yeah, Marvel 2 went the same time as Ultimate Marvel, but
it didn't come back.
Well, no, they didn't re-release it on anything.
What the hell?
Yeah, I know. I think it's weird too. I think that what they should do is they should do they should combine the games in Origins with MvCI 2 and this time port it competently. None of the stupid ass widescreen bullshit which makes the game look even more like a Mugen ripoff.
Yeah, dude.
That was the stupidest shit ever. Put in a fucking border, you fucking incompetent fuckers. You know? It's terrible. It's terrible.
Or at least stick it next to the screen, to the edge of the screen. I mean, it's just gonna look really fucking weird.
It looks weird when I can see, like, oh, it turns out that we only got half of the Hulk there. Like, half the Hulk is standing there. Hulk not himself. Hulk only half a man. Like, why? Why would you do that? Why didn't someone go up to Capcom and say, you know, actually this kind of looks hideous?
They probably did, but they're like, oh, we're gonna sell anyway because everyone's gonna buy it.
Well, they weren't wrong. People bought the shit out of it.
Yeah.
I did first day, and I still have it.
I think I got it.
I got Marvel
You have it on
2.
360, if I'm right.
I had it on 360. I think I got it from KG on PS3 through GameShare. Yeah.
We shouldn't talk about that in this podcast. So
Oh, boo-hoo. Yeah, okay, yeah, no. Illicit actions. I also didn't buy Final Fight Double Impact on PS3 because screw that friggin' DRM bullcrap. God. But yeah, so they took everything down, and we thought that Marvel would have to languish for another 10 years. But we were wrong.
I mean, were we satisfied at all with Ultimate?
then it just kind of deteriorated from there.
I mean, I was satisfied with it, but the fact that it was just tied to PS3 and 360, and then those consoles sort of like, came to the end of their natural lifespans, it's like, oh, so this is just sort of floating out in the ether.
And then they got no updates at all for like.
Well, yeah,
I
that's
mean,
because they lost the license. They couldn't even patch that. The worst part is they didn't even patch it with the re-release. That's the worst part.
True.
They didn't fix Jack. This is the tournament standard, even though it's broken as all hell.
Yeah.
God.
It didn't even have arcade releases, huh?
Nope.
Nope.
Well, I mean,
That's-
the Marvel games have always been more popular in the West anyway, so I guess they figured, why bother?
But hey, it came out.
Oh yeah, it did come out on Vita.
You're right,
Yeah.
it did come out on Vita.
I saw videos on that. Like I saw coverage of
later.
that.
God, the Vita
Yeah.
version. The Vita
Like,
version.
Sadly, I was excited for that. I was like,
Vita version?
I could take. Yeah, I mean, I was planning to like buy the Vita and play Marvel 3 on the go.
I could play this game on the go.
I'm like, at the time I was like, no, I don't see any point in buying it when it was released, and it's just way too expensive. And I see the prices of the memory cards, and I'm like, no, fuck this.
Yeah,
Fuck
they're
that,
having to do
yeah.
that.
I tricked KG into buying me a PlayStation TV with the memory stick. I'm actually holding it right now in my hand. It's a 32 gig memory card.
amazing.
How much was that?
The card cost more than the system.
Oh my god!
Fuck.
It's so terrible. I actually own digital games for it too. That's the worst part.
That's amazing. That's
Fucking,
amazing. Sad.
it's terrible. But I guess we should move on.
Yeah, then, I mean, like, sure. I mean, like I said before, like I asked before, sure, we got games that were released at the back end of the console lifespan. I mean, but still, it was still popular though in Evo, right?
I mean, yeah, it was still, it wasn't like the #1 game, and it probably wasn't as popular as 2 was during, the decade of demand, as they call it now.
Yeah.
But it still, it kept showing up. I think the year that they stopped was the year before they announced that it was getting re-released, and then that brought in a resurgence because, oh hey, it's on new shit now.
Yeah.
Hooray.
Yeah.
I guess we can move on to the announcement of Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite.
So at PlayStation Experience late last year in December, a little bit of a birthday present for our boy Dari, they announced Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, a 2-on-2 fighting game which incorporated the Infinity Gems mechanic from the original Marvel Superheroes game, and they announced a roster that consisted of Ryu from Street Fighter, Mega Man. Let me repeat that. I said Mega Man. Iron Man and Captain Marvel.
No, that's
Who is a girl
wonderful.
now?
Well, yeah, she's been a girl for a while.
It's a while, dude.
That's happened a while ago. Also, no one remembers the original Captain Marvel because he was kind of a dingus. Also, the only reason people remember him is because he died of cancer. I'm not joking. That's why people remember him. He died of cancer.
I mean,
I remember got the cool moveset, and then
He was what?
what?
Dari, that's the wrong Captain Marvel. You're thinking of Shazam.
No,
Yeah.
no. I'm thinking I'm thinking of Marvel. I thought
What?
Marvel.
Okay, what was Marvel? Okay, what was he playable in?
And I mean in the comics, not in any game.
What the fuck?
Don't say moveset then.
I'm sorry.
Dari, I mean, Dari, the guy's been dead for probably a lot longer.
Did he
Probably-
die in the 80s?
Pretty sure he
think
died,
that
yeah.
was very
Like, before we were born.
Let me check when he died. I'm going to check this. Let's see. When did Captain Marvel die of cancer? 1982! We were not alive, Dari. Deco was barely alive. He did.
Besides, Monica Rambeau was Captain Marvel.
Yeah, she was a black woman, so...
Yeah.
Captain Marvel's been a woman since we were born, Dari.
Sorry, Dari.
Yeah.
Oh, and in the '90s, Thanos brought him back. That's what I.
No, he didn't. That was a scroll or something.
That's Wendell Vaughn, Dari. That's Quasar. He looks like Captain Marvel. He's not Captain Marvel.
Oh.
Or it could be wrong.
Okay, no wait. I see what happened. Okay, so in the 90s, apparently Marvel's former lover got a hold of his genetic information and impregnated herself with it, thus giving birth to a son named Genosville, which
That's
became
David's
the
favorite.
new Captain Marvel for a while.
Yeah, he became Captain Marvel of the 90s. I think he died in the early 2000s.
Right.
I didn't read comics back then, but I hear he's a huge fan favorite.
But yeah, basically that's sort of what went down. And then later that weekend, we found out about two more characters that were in the game: Morrigan and Captain America. So
Morrigan,
four
man.
characters from the previous game and two newbies. Things were looking up, and then came the void. Avoid the void.
Anything.
We didn't get any news for like 5 months, was it? 4 months. 4 fucking months of radio silence. We all feared the worst.
Gaming was.
We all feared the worst. And then something even worse happened. The re-reveal. Who doggy? The re-reveal. Who doggy? Who fucking doggy? Did they fuck that up?
I told you guys it was gonna be a merger of Ultron and Sigma.
Well, everyone knew that. Like no one pretended like that wasn't gonna be. They showed him off in like the debut trailer. Like fucking some dude with purple eyes on his head and blue eyes in his chest. Come on.
Oh well.
Everyone knew that. No one knows.
People thought it was gonna be just Ultron.
Why would Ultron have blue eyes in his chest?
Cause I don't fucking know. Because he feels like he has blue eyes. He wants to be pretty.
He must be pretty. 4 eyes, huh?
Thanos is a pretty girl. I mean, Ultron is a pretty girl. Leave him alone. So then that happened, and the game came back, and it looked hideous.
Jesus Christ.
I think the footage actually managed to look worse than the debut shit, which that's amazing. We got a whole bunch of returning characters from Marvel 3 who all managed to look uglier than they did the last time, which that in and of itself. Yeah, especially Chun-Li. Especially Chun-Li. We got back Chris fucking Redfield because, yeah, people were clamoring for that stupid character to return, right? People wanted him to come back. Well, yeah, Ultron was a new character. Oh, but they also announced a second new character, Sigma, only available to you if you pre-order the download the digital deluxe pack, the season pass. Fuck
Oh
you.
my
That's a good call.
god.
6 brand new characters, never playable before, even though Venom's clearly going to be one of them, because screw
Featuring
you.
Sigma. I like it just featuring Sigma. Like, he was this big thing, like, oh, hey.
Well, yeah, no, it was a big thing. It was like a big fuck you to the audience.
Yeah.
Rumor has it that Ultron was originally going to also be a DLC character, but Marvel said no. They wanted him in the base game, and people are like, how can you believe in that rumor, Professor Icepick? And I say to them, because they did the exact opposite thing with Shuma Gorath, and I will never forget that, and I will never forgive them for that. They made Shuma Gorath a DLC to spite me.
And me. I like Shuma too.
Yeah, okay, fair
And I
enough.
like, oh, hey, let's throw Jill in there as DLC so we can have some Capcom character that no one cares about, too.
Yeah, they ruined a Capcom character. That's funny. That was just practice.
Yeah, Jill was practicable for MvCI.
So yeah, after that, things went silent. Not for quite as long. We heard more news at E3, but people were not really excited with what they saw there. And then came the leaks. Who doggy the leaks?
Yeah. And, you know, one by one, it kind of came true, you know?
The worst one.
Yeah. We got,
A roster mostly of recycled characters. With, I believe, 6 newbies in the base roster. So you get as many new characters in the base roster as you do for paying an additional $30. Good job, Capcom. Brilliant. I love you. The best. The greatest thing you could have done. The greatest. I couldn't possibly see why anyone would be angry at you for this. Because you took half the roster from the previous game and replaced it with basically nothing. Kudos to you. Oh, and as the Ultimate Edition, you made everyone look uglier. In the process. You made the game look uglier in the process. And now you're charging $60 for something, whereas I could get like more stuff that I want for a whopping $20. In fact, I didn't even pay $20 for the other one. I didn't. I paid like it was on sale, so I got it for like $16. So yeah, I am not happy about this at all. So go on. Sorry if I went on a bit of a delusional rant there.
You're good for those. And every podcast you have at least one.
That's true. That's true. So yeah, and then came E3, which pretty much confirmed the worst of our fears. But with E3 came a new wrinkle. You see, at E3, you had 2 demos. One that was available to the general public, and one that was only available behind closed doors at E3. One of them was epically terrible to the point where it turned everyone off the game, and the other one apparently was so good that, I'm not shilling, but this game's great.
we haven't talked.
There were people who weren't shilling that one, but that's like,
well,
the game's that bad after all.
I kind of had to step out for a bit, but we did not talk about the other game, right?
Which one? Oh, no, not yet. Not yet.
Not
no,
yet.
no.
Okay, so going back to the initial reveal, I was looking at some footage, particularly the Morgan Captain America reveal. I was looking at like through the Morgan gameplay, not pixel by pixel, but just frame by frame.
Right.
And I had suspicions, like, is this game actually going to be good looking? But it was back then. I was like thinking, okay.
Well, yeah, they could. I mean, they'll probably release this in an entire year's time. I mean, it's not like they would. It's not like they wouldn't take at least an entire year to release this.
It looks.
Wah.
I mean, maybe it could be the YouTube compression, the frame rate, and the picture quality don't look really good at all for Morgan. and I was like giving Capcom the benefit of the doubt because I think they put a lot of care into their first games. And
Yeah, you got rewarded a lot. You got rewarded for that faith with a slap in the mouth, didn't you?
And the worst part is, before the reveal, all he kept saying was, "We're gonna take our time."
Yeah, we got to take our time. You know, we don't want to rush it.
We learned a lesson from Street Fighter 5.
Oh, yeah, we don't want to launch with an incomplete product.
yeah.
We have arcade mode this time, guys.
Yeah, and a story mode, which is clearly terrible. Yeah, but anyway, so E3, we get 2 demos. We get the story mode demo, which everyone acknowledges is god-awful. It has turned off too many people on this game. That's how bad it was. It was an unmitigated PR nightmare.
Oh, yeah.
And then you had the Versus demo, which was only available for the top players who decided to get, their dick sucked on the way to E3. Do you see where the shilling accusations are coming from, Dari?
Oh, yeah, I understand that. And
Oh, Marvel Infinite is the best game in the entire series. And I'm not just saying that because I'm getting my dick sucked by Capcom right now.
you see the Marvel videos that just came out. Yipes.
Yipes. People are tearing into... People turned on him in a New York minute.
That was really fast. Yipes, Jay Wong, and somebody else.
Combo Fiend?
Combo Fiend doesn't count. He's a PR guy. He made an even bigger mess.
Yeah.
We'll get to that.
We'll get to that.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
So E3 revealed we got a story mode trailer.
And it looked terrible.
Fucking awful. It looked fucking atrocious.
Psych, how can you say that? Who else would save Mega Man X besides his best friend Christopher Redfield? I ask you. Besides, it's like everyone's commenting on how ugly the game looks, but Black Panther looked good, and he's in the Oh. Uh-oh. Whoops. He's DLC too. Whoopsie doodle.
Okay, we're talk about DLC right now. We don't know when these characters are going to come. We don't have a time frame, or it's, it could come out early 2018, but why wait that long? Why put them behind a paywall for that long? They could be in the game already, That kind of shit.
Some leaks said that nothing's ready for those characters except for models.
Oh my god.
Then why are they in the story mode?
Motherfucker, really?
Except for unfinished story mode. They're unfinished. They're going to be unfinished in the story mode.
So it's like Street Fighter. So it is Street Fighter 5 again, is what you're telling me.
Oh my god, you're fucking fuck you.
That is
Capcom.
That is the stupidest shit I've ever. They should just push this game back an entire year now.
No, but it's coming out in September. Isn't it?
Yeah, it's coming out in September of this year. They should push it back an entire year to fix this. Fix everything.
Okay, so
we're getting mad about that anyway.
I know you don't want to talk about the roster too much, Icepick, but I think we should move on to the roster.
Okay, we can talk about the roster. I'm just saying that I'm not going to I'm going to try not to get into a big time rant about the roster, but I'm just saying, I wrote an article that basically summarizes my thoughts on the whole thing. I'll give you a once-over, though. I'll give you a once-over on the main reason why I think this feels like a betrayal. Okay, so back in the olden days, I'm an old man in terms of fighting games. I was alive when Street Fighter 2 came out. I wasn't necessarily playing it when it came out, but I was alive, so I'm an old man of the FGC. My first fighting game was Street Fighter 2 on the Super Nintendo. So back in my day, Capcom would often recycle graphics. And you know what? That was fine. Do you want to know why it was fine? Because it led to more content.
Yeah.
You recycle stuff, that means you add to it. You make it bigger. You don't take stuff away, you add more. You make it bigger. But this time, they broke that little contract. They fucked us over. They took away I mean, I understand the Fox characters going away, and they would obviously have to take out Capcom characters to compensate for that loss, but they took out so many characters. And they replaced it with pretty much nothing but the promise of DLC in the future.
Yeah.
I'm not happy. I'm not happy at all. I'm angry. I'm angry because Capcom took something which was my dream game, a return to 2-on-2 combat, something that I had been craving long before Tatsunoko, and that scratched that itch, but I wanted something more. They turned my biggest dream into my worst nightmare, and for that, I am never going to forgive them. You want me to buy your game, Capcom? Make it worth my while. And what I'm seeing right here is not worth my while.
Just a brief note. Icepick was pretty pissed off when this game was announced, but
because I had food poisoning.
Yeah, I mean, but
he's a really has a really bad hit on Mega Man X, but we're not going there right.
It's true, but I also had food poisoning, and I calmed down after I got over it. I was really sick that night.
Yeah, so but then he calmed down. He started to, have a respect for the game. We were all excited for its potential, its infinite potential. Wink, wink.
Finite is more like it.
Look at it's just horrible. I mean, okay, admittedly there are some people, looking forward to the game. Dari is one of them. There's some people I've seen on YouTube, going for it. Whether regardless of their shilling or not, maybe I can't tell. I can't tell if they're actually looking forward to the game. Justin Wong, the other fucker.
Yipes. Born Free hates the game apparently.
Yeah, and I forgot where I was going with it, but yeah, there's some
people that might be shilling.
Yeah, I mean, some people might be shilling, but I know some people looking forward to the game. I'm on Marvel Gap Discord.
Which Dari apparently also got invited to.
He snuck in.
Oh, he snuck in during the night.
I did actually. Literally, it was late.
I mean,
it was like 2 in the morning.
Okay, Dari. So you've heard what we had to say about it. Can you explain why you're still super excited for this game? Why you do not at all regret your $90 purchase?
I guess I'm back to Marvel 3 hype again. It's like I wanted a Marvel game for over 10 years. I got one. It was amazing. Ultimate Marvel 3 kind of died, and I was like, I want some more Marvel, and I got it. And I'm just like, there has to be a decent light in the tunnel somewhere. I'm thinking, like they said in the Marvel Gap Discord, I'm hoping this to be the best Cinderella story ever. Because the PR is so bad, the memes are terrible, and there's just a stink about this game right now.
Oh well, we'll get to the biggest meme of them all. Don't you worry, I've got quite a lot to say about that. Like I said though, I wrote an entire bit on the roster thing. I'm gonna have Psych linked to it in the description, hopefully.
Yeah. I'm saving this.
Yep. So.
Bookmark. Okay.
All right. So let's see. So we've talked about E3. I guess now we'll talk about the new challenger. How does that sound?
Yeah, sure. I mean, let's see.
What else do you want to talk about?
The roster itself.
The roster itself, right? The roster.
Yeah,
itself.
the MCU focused shit.
I mean, we all knew that was going to happen. I think that we all sort of braced for that from the get-go when we saw
Captain Marvel.
I think Captain Marvel, Iron Man, and Captain America all pretty much pointed that this was the direction we were going to go. If Wolverine wasn't going to be one of the first characters we saw, it was pretty much a guarantee that we weren't going to have any characters that wouldn't be shilling the MCU in
Should we talk about the exclusion?
Yeah, let's talk about the exclusion. Good one. I caught that I caught that pretty quickly. Yes, so obviously, due to the fact that Fox owns the film rights, and I believe also, don't they own some of the merchandising rights?
I guess, they just don't want...
I saw an article that said they own everything, and I've seen people that say they own just movie rights. So I don't know.
I just don't think they don't want to promote them.
Right, they don't want to
In any
promote
way.
Fox's films in any way, shape, or form. So
Yeah.
that cuts out the X-Men and the Fantastic Four characters. Spider-Man's safe because the deal with Sony is apparently a lot weaker. And that's kind of why they're letting Spider-Man do a whole bunch of shit, and he's back in the MCU for the time being.
Yeah.
So, basically, unfortunately, the problem is that back when the Marvel series started way back in the 90s, X-Men was the franchise, the big guns, the very beginning for Capcom's collaboration with Marvel. To the extent where I believe MvC2's roster was, like, the Marvel side was at least 75% X-Men characters.
Yeah, and Children of the Atom had Akuma.
Children of the Atom had Akuma. So yes, the seeds for the future of their collaborations was clearly planted there.
Yeah.
So
back in Street Fighter. Oh no, that was after that. That was way later.
and then even in Marvel Superheroes even in Marvel Superheroes, we had a whole bunch of repeats from Children of the Atom. We had Psylocke, we had Wolverine, we had Magneto and Juggernaut.
Yeah.
So, like, 4 cast members were from there. Let's see. And basically a lot of people were angry about the exclusion. And then Marvel kind of made things worse. And, of course, how could I forget Dr. Doom, who was a key player in MvC2. I will not forget him.
Yeah.
So Marvel came in, hidden missile. But yes, then Marvel came in and kind of made things worse. They said, "Oh well, maybe, just maybe, there's a chance that those characters. I mean, we're not going to limit Capcom as to what they can use. I mean, they can use whatever characters they want, even the X-Men and the Fantastic Four. They can do whatever they want." This was a big fat fucking lie. Obviously.
I mean, yeah.
And a lot of people are angry about that. I'll be honest with you. I've never been the biggest fan of the X-Men, as Psych and Dari will clearly vouch for me on that.
Yeah.
But even I have to acknowledge their importance to the franchise in general. They are very important characters. It ain't MvC without Wolverine.
We need that Swiss
That's true.
cheese back. Which they added an Ultimate Marvel 3 for no reason whatsoever.
Yeah. So,
I mean,
go ahead.
It makes this roster so fucking
Bland.
dry. Yeah, so bland.
It's less that it's bland, it's more that it's, like, kind of predictable. But we kind of saw the seeds for this planted back in when Ultimate Marvel 3 had its expansion, because the Marvel characters were... Actually, they all alluded to future projects.
Yep.
You had...
Guardians had a movie, Guardians of the Galaxy had a movie, Avengers had a movie.
Iron
Okay.
Fist eventually got a Netflix series.
Yeah.
Nova's the only holdout, but he came back to life after, he was dead, but he came back to life between there. And even then, they used his DLC costume to advertise the new Nova. Remember him, Psych?
No.
Remember him? Fucking... Actually, Iron Fist was also in Ultimate Spider-Man alongside the new Nova, so that could also be another...
Yeah, that's probably what it was.
And, of course, I believe Ghost Rider also had his second movie around then, which...
Yeah, he did. Which flopped, I believe, didn't it?
Yeah, it did not do well. In fact, they got the rights back to the character. That's how bad it went.
Yeah. Not even Nicolas Cage saved it.
And not even Nicolas Cage. Like, Nicolas Cage is, but I want to keep being Ghost Rider.
He wants to be... Keep acting crazy in front of the camera.
Not the bees! Not the flaming hell bees! God, but, I mean, yes, I agree with you that the MvC... But the thing is that you can at least understand why the Marvel side is boring. There's a rhyme and reason to it. It's not one that anyone agrees with, it's not one that people are happy with, but there's a reason.
But the Capcom side.
Capcom, on the other hand, had no excuse.
Arthur! Let's bring Arthur back. Yeah, everybody knows Ghost and Goblin.
No. Don't even... If you're going to bring up any character, bring up fucking Chris Redfield.
Yeah.
Chris Redfield. A character who no one wanted in the first place.
To be fair, RE7 just came out. Isn't he in that movie?
No, he's not.
No? Okay,
Not even close. He has not been a major character in a Resident Evil game since 5. And they used the model from 5 again in this one. So...
Jesus Christ, I remember, yeah.
So, yeah, no, you don't give me that. He was... he was in 7. No, he wasn't. He was not. You know what? I would have loved to have seen a character from 7 show up in this one. It should have been that fucking old man who keeps coming back to life and, like, scaring the hell out of people.
What was the moveset like?
Coming back to life and scaring the hell out of people. What are you talking about? It's obvious.
I can't control it.
Exactly. Just do that like 100 times. Like, have him, like, do crazy-ass shit like that. So, yeah, no, but like I said, Marvel had an excuse. Capcom had absolutely none. They chose, like, terrible characters. But we're getting Jeddah. But we're getting Jeddah because, yeah, that's gonna. Yeah, you want to know how Jeddah's gonna fly in a fucking T-rated game in the here and now? He's gonna be fucking neutered as hell.
I hope not. I really don't.
Dude, he chopped off his head for a fucking parry. He's gonna be neutered. All of his attacks involve blood.
Yeah.
I want the blood contract special back though.
Well, you're not gonna get it.
I haven't even played Darkstalkers with Jeddah, and I know he's fucking hardcore.
He is fucking hardcore.
You can play him next week because Resurrection is coming out for free on PSN on PS3.
Does he have PSN? Or PS Plus, rather?
No, I don't.
Oh, that's too bad. But, anyway, that's the thing, though. And then, of course, you got Monster Hunter, which I understand that. That was a big request from everyone, but that's not a character. It's not a character.
Monster Hunter.
Even Nemesis is more of a character than Monster Hunter.
Spencer.
Oh, God.
Spencer coming back, I would have been okay with, but they used his shitty dreadlocks design.
I want Combo Fiend to publicly apologize for Spencer and put him somewhere in the deep dark reaches of you have to beat the game 25,000 times just to play Spencer.
Dari, that is Dari. No, bad.
Spencer is terrible. He's a terrible waste of a slot.
I wouldn't call him a waste of a slot just because they clearly recycled him directly from Marvel 3. The problem is that they didn't recycle more. What?
They nerfed him to hell, though. Apparently, Bionic Arm didn't even do half the damage he did in the Marvel 3.
Okay, that's actually a good point.
You can't even do Bionic Arm and do it justice. Speaking of, we lost Final Justice from Captain America. Makes you very, 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 very sad.
Oh, wow. Really?
Yep. He has a new level 3 now. And so is Hawkeye, but Hawkeye's previous level 3 was kind of sucky, which I agree.
Well, to be fair, his old level 3 kind of involved Ant-Man, and supposedly he's in the game. And
supposedly, yeah.
I mean, I would have rather have had Wasp, but that's just me.
Yeah.
I hope Wasp with DLC. That'd be awesome.
They're not gonna put Wasp in the game. If they put Ant-Man in the game, they're not gonna put Wasp in. I'm sorry. It's a bummer, but that's just the way it is.
And like the Marvel side still really, really irked. It's just very, not because of the exclusion of the X-Men, that was expected.
Well, I get it. They're choosing characters that bore you because they're not really. They're going for characters that are kind of mainstream. I get it.
Yeah,
They don't declare that they can sell pretty much.
maybe it's that reason. I don't know. It's just okay.
Like,
sure.
they could have chosen a bunch of off-the-wall characters that they actually own the rights to, like Machine Man or Howard the Duck.
Yeah.
Or Slapstick.
Or Runaway, like Nico Minoru.
The fact that Ms. Marvel isn't in the game is weird. Wait, is Arcade an X-Men villain?
No.
Oh, shit, he isn't? Shit, they could have used Arcade. Damn it. Damn it. He was on my wish list, too. That's fucking...
We were talking about the Marvel gap. We were talking about how Arcade might be the actual villain, and Arcade mode isn't actually Arcade mode. It's actually you fighting Arcade at the end.
That'd be fucking cool. I would totally play that. I would actually totally play that. But the point is that I understand your anger towards the Marvel thing. The reason why I'm willing to forgive not forgive, but like why I'm less hung up on the Marvel side is because, like I said, there's a strategy there. Hey, look, it's your favorite characters from your favorite Marvel movies. Look, here's Captain America and Iron Man and Thor, and the Hulk's in a lot of those movies you like too. And here's Gamora because she was an interesting character, right?
Except we haven't seen Thanos. We have seen Thanos, but I mean like 3 to 5 minute loops in the movie so far.
I like Thanos, and I liked him in Guardians 1. I thought he was pretty cool there. But yeah, I agree with you. It is a boring roster on the Marvel side. It's a safe roster, though. That's the problem with it. It's a safe, boring roster. Capcom, on the other hand, shit the bed with the roster. That's why I'm angry about it. They shit the bed.
Before we get to the other game, can we talk about what Peter Rosas, aka Combo Fiend, said about?
Yes, the man, the PR guy, formerly known as Combo Fiend. Okay, that one was This is why I cannot forgive them. He made the biggest PR blunder I've seen in years.
Ooh, that's big.
Yeah, that is big. Let me hold on. I'm gonna pull up the actual article so I can. I'm not going to like
videos and stuff of it. You'll find it all.
Oh yeah, I love the videos. Let's see. Did you see the one Ultimate Function versus Function?
Yeah.
That shit was funny. That shit was my favorite. Okay, here we go. The interview with GameSpot. Let's see. Okay. Okay, the question asked of him was, there was recently a leak about the characters, and people picked up on the fact that a lot of classic characters aren't there, specifically the X-Men characters like Magneto and Sentinel. How do you guys feel about people being hung up on that? Peter Rosa's response was epic in the sense that it was god-awful. And I quote, "If you were to actually think about it, these characters are just functions. They're just doing things. Magneto, case in point, is a favorite because he has an 8-way air dash and he's really fast, right? So our more technical players, all they want to do is triangle jump and that kind of stuff. Well, guess what? Nova can do the same thing. Captain Marvel can do the same thing. Ultron can do the same thing. Go ahead and try them out. It's just the function that people are associating with the character, and there's no shortage of that. We made sure that all proper playstyles can be represented with our current roster. The design team has been looking at that very closely. We wanted to make sure that if a legacy character doesn't happen to make the roster this time, that playstyle would still be represented. That somebody who has associated themselves with Magneto wouldn't be lost coming into this title."
That doesn't really... Okay, the first part where he just, boils it down to function, that's stupid as fuck. But that last part doesn't really fill me with confidence because he's talking about... he's using really fucking foul phrases here. He's talking about like, well, if Wolverine, if you can't use Wolverine's Berserker Barrage from Wolverine, you'll certainly get it from another character. And that just fills me with, dread.
The worst part about it, though, is just that, like, Wolverine was never a top-tier character. Let's be honest.
No, of course.
No, he was never. But people loved him anyway. People wanted to play. He's Wolverine.
Yeah.
People liked Magneto because he was Magneto, the badass villain from the X-Men. People liked Sentinel because...
He's a robot.
Well, okay, I'll give you Sentinel, but... People have been begging for characters like Psylocke and Cyclops to return.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yes, and Gambit.
Yeah, and
yes,
Gambit.
a lot of people are begging for Gambit. That's true. So that's the dumbest thing I have ever heard in my entire life. It's the stupidest thing I have ever heard. Why would you say something like that? This is the opposite of PR talk. This is me basically saying that this is someone basically saying, "Hey, fan, fuck you for being a fan. You like shit. Well, that's stupid, and fuck you."
It's like being the anti-hype man, you know?
Exactly. That's all they've been doing since then.
It's all, yeah.
As of one question, who's going to replace someone like Shima Gorath? Seriously.
Who's gonna... Okay, to quote someone who I am actually having a side conversation with right now, who would replace Felicia? Who out of the current roster could replace Felicia from the Darkstalkers?
Black Panther.
No, he's replacing Wolverine, obviously.
Oh, yeah, it looks like that, yeah.
That's how he looks to everyone. Who's gonna replace Shenko? Who's gonna replace MODOK? Who's gonna replace, let's see, who's gonna replace Jin Saotome?
Seriously.
Who's gonna replace Hayato?
Who's going to replace Surfbot? And Tron Bond, for that matter.
Tron Bond!
Tron Bond no one cares about anymore because they nerfed her,
Yeah.
I'm sure, but people still try to play her.
That's true.
I mean, because of the character, not because of the moves.
Like I said, I just think it's...
Trish and Virgil.
Yeah, people are actually people are pissed about losing Virgil. They are.
Yeah.
Because Virgil ended up being like a replacement for Karis for a lot of people. Karis from Tatsunoko.
I love Karis.
Oh, I love Karis.
I was more of a Cashern and a Tekkaman Blade guy myself, but I understand that.
Tekkaman Blade. No, I use both of them too. I use Cashern, I use Tekkaman and Tekkaman Blade. I used Imposter Man.
I like the Ipotsu Man, but I couldn't use him very well.
I used Joe the Condor.
Yeah.
Joe the Condor was amazing.
Fuck yeah, dude. Hells yeah.
I actually like Gold Lighton, actually, even though he's a giant.
Yeah, Gold Light. I liked playing as Gold Lighton more than PTX, that's for sure.
Same here, yeah.
Shit, we need a Tatsunoko HD. I would love that.
We do.
Hey, they're not even gonna put Amaterasu, huh?
No, she's gone.
Yeah, she's
Fucking
gone.
hell, fuck.
Okaidan failed. I still remember, but back when Okaidan was going to come out, there was a stream for it, and the developers were there. I was literally the only one there. No one else came for that entire time. I was like, damn. That's what sorry for Okami definitely did.
Oh, brother.
So I think that anybody from Okami is out.
I mean, yeah, like who's
Beautiful
gonna?
Joe is out. Who's going to play Beautiful Joe? Seriously.
That's a good question.
The point is that it was... People have went to town on this comment.
Yeah.
I mean, shit, link in the description to Ultimate Function versus Function 3. That's my favorite one, because that shit's hilarious.
It highlights...
that the other day. That made me
I mean,
sad. Did you see that?
Yeah.
What you call it? Just Jay Wong's like, my favorite character is going to be Sigma.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That was. This is why people have gone back to the shilling thing. Yes, because we don't even know what Sigma's going to play like. We have not seen anything of him. Just a picture.
I've been with Sigma since Marvel Capcom 2. I already bought the DLC and everything just because Sigma. I need to play him on day one.
Yeah, like
because it will be Sigma.
It's like that's.
Well, Dari, it's more like he has some kind of insider knowledge on this. You know?
Apparently.
I mean, that's why. I mean, it doesn't seem like he's working for them, but you know, he's speaking like he's a hype man, and it's
and
weird.
that's why people are calling him a shill. It's like the problem is that people keep on saying things like, "Oh, well, the gameplay's great." Well, no one else has been able to play the gameplay aside from you fuckers. And, oh, well, the gameplay's great, and that's not what anyone's bitching about.
Yeah, that's true, but that's the only thing that's saving the game at this point. If the gameplay was terrible, the game would have been trashed by now, and this game would be done on Rival.
Well, of course.
No,
yeah.
well, no, unless they're getting paid off to say that it's good.
Well, see, the thing is, I know you guys don't really care too much about graphics, but to me, it's part of the technical aspects. Like, I was watching Max, and Max is right. I mean, if we're gonna critique anything, we also should critique the presentation.
Oh, the presentation is awful.
Awful.
Oh, God,
it's awful. I mean, your eyes can only take so much hideousness, and not just because of the faces. That's only one part of it, but because of the cinematic style, the shading, the textures, the frame rate, the anti-aliasing, that means the smoothness around the edges, that kind of shit. I mean,
the big word on gap is chromatic aberration.
yeah, it's just, well, I don't know why would everybody, Justin Wong and everybody else is like, oh, it plays well, but that's not what everybody's complaining about. Like Icepick said, we're also complaining about the roster, the way it looks, and those are...
It's like, the thing is that in the pros column, you apparently have the gameplay, which most people can't even experience for themselves. And in the minus column, you have fucking everything else.
Right.
I mean,
that's the problem here. It's like you're telling people to pre-order the game based on faith alone that the gameplay can salvage everything that we can see that is wrong with it.
Reality is first impressions are everything. And
True.
the first impressions we got is not looking very good. For
Like,
most people.
the thing is that the first impression was like, okay, this is an early build. Clearly they will improve upon this. Nope!
It pretty much turned into the anti-KOF 14.
Exactly. It actually looks worse now. How did that happen? How did it get worse?
Yeah. I just... I mean, I harped on KOF 14, but this
Like,
is...
I ragged on
worse.
KOF 14 too. I was like, oh man, this game looks like shit. Man, I'm glad this is a PS4 exclusive. And then they improved the graphics, and I'm like, oh, that actually looks nice. Now I'm sad. And then it's like, that's a PS4 console exclusive, and I'm like, oh, that means that there could be a PC version. Kind of funny how when my my thoughts on the matter have turned around. It looks like there might be a PC version. I actually bought a PS4 for KOF 14, and I'm not gonna lie about it. And hell, I did it again.
Mm-hmm.
I bought the game twice, and yeah, I'm a fan of it. I'd buy it a third time, but it's only on the third version is an arcade machine, and I'm not gonna buy a Japanese arcade machine. I can't even hook it up online. I can't get my patch updates or nothing.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's.
And again, the one thing I hate about this is the PR silence. I mean, even for Ultimate Marvel, we got at least weekly and monthly updates.
The thing about it is that it's like Injustice 2 also went like radio silent for like a long time, and people were like, "Oh, that's not good." But then, like 4 months before the game came out, they came to life and they gave us news like every fucking week.
Yeah, I remember. I was there.
we were at 3 months before this game comes out, and we are still silent. We got 2 weeks until Evo, which is going to be Evo and STCC, which are 2 weeks apart, which is going to be next time we're going to hear anything new about this game.
Oh, brother, I forgot about Evo.
Oh yeah, people are like saying, "Oh, there'll be news."
Yeah, they're like, oh, then they even posted on Facebook like the newest build for Marvel Shotgun Infinite is going to be at Evo.
Well, who gives a fuck? I'm not going to be at Evo. Why do I care?
Exactly. The one thing I hope they do is give us the versus demo at Evo.
Oh yeah, right. They'll give Capcom will give us something. Yeah, right.
Okay, they're gonna give us probably characters or more of a new build.
Hey, look, it's Firebrand. Remember Spider-Brand? He's back.
It's just.
I hope Spider-Man. I hope we get Spider-Man this week because of the movie.
Oh, that's right, the movie.
Yeah, that's a good point. Actually, we probably will get Spider-Man and Firebrand. and Spider-Brand. I swear to God, it always sounded like the announcer said Spider-Brand, and I'm like, wait, what? Spider-Brand.
But if it still looks like a fucking ugly piece of sin, it really doesn't matter.
The fact that the promo renders look as ugly as the in-game stuff tells me that they're not going to fix it.
No, it's too late.
It's
too late.
They'll try.
Well, it's too late to. I mean, yeah, they'll try. Maybe they'll fix it in the fucking. They'll fix it in a patch down the line, but that's not gonna do shit for me.
What pisses me off is that they refer it to as a bug or some shit. Not Capcom, but people trying to defend this game. Not. I'm sorry, Dari, but yeah, it's just people refer it to as a bug.
No. The stupid defense I saw was, Capcom said the build at E3 is 3 months old.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Are they ready or not? It makes me wonder.
Yeah, it does make me wonder too.
And I guess we can move on to the big one, a new challenger.
Yeah, the new challenger, Dragon Ball Fighter Z, a game which Dari hates.
No, I don't hate it. I actually want to succeed, but I feel like I feel like that game shouldn't.
You're feeling like people shouldn't be hyping this game.
No. I feel like we seem to go territory about fighting games.
Okay, do you want to know why people are fighting people about this?
Because I understand they want Capcom to be better, and they want to say, oh well, this is what Capcom should be doing, but it's not going to work.
Okay, Dari, let me tell you a story that's going to sound entirely unrelated to this, but please bear with me.
Okay.
For a long time, a little company by the name of Xseed had the exclusive rights to releasing Falcom's games in the West. And as time went on, Xseed was a slow company, and they were a small company. And yet, they would also release older games on PC. And Falcom discovered that in the West, the PC was the best place to put their games because they sold better there than they did on PlayStation. So, Falcom decided that they wanted to expand into the Western PC market. Now, they themselves were a small company, so they couldn't afford to port the games themselves, and since they're mainly a Japanese company, why would they waste the effort on doing that themselves? So, they find new partners. New partners that are able to deliver on that promise, to make new PC ports of their existing games. And Xseed loses the contract. And do you want to know what Xseed did after they lost the contract?
What they do?
They started porting games to the PC like a good little translator.
I just realized.
What?
All the other fighting games were Atari, pretty much.
Wait, what?
It makes perfect sense.
Could you repeat that? I don't think I caught you.
Most of the old fighting games of the 2000 later have been Atari games. Atari has made them. They switched. They finally decided to switch to an actual company that actually makes good fighting games to actually get Dragon Ball Z back.
Oh, you're talking about Dragon. No, actually, Namco Bandai's been working on them for a while. I think they started with Budokai Tenkaichi.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, when Bandai and Namco merged, Namco took over development. In fact, I think Dimps developed a lot of them too.
Yeah, they did.
The point I'm trying to get. Go ahead.
But I understand your point. I thought that went into your point. The fact that they switched over like Bandai Namco's like let's actually get somebody actually.
Well, no. The fact of the matter is that playing up how good DBZ Fighters looks, and how it looks like it's being made with care, and how everything looks like a careful reference to the original work, compared to Infinite, which, well, let's face it. That's how I'd summarize how well they're treating their respective source materials. People are just like, hey, Capcom, do this shit, you fuckers. And that's why this game is being hyped to whole heavens. It's only gonna have like 20-some characters. It's an Arc Systems Works game, so it's not gonna be everyone's cup of tea. There are going to be a lot of character that...
Everyone's cup of tea.
Well, I argue against a little bit of that statement, Icepick. I think, sure, the fighting style wouldn't be, everyone's major preference, but going into Dragon Ball, people of this generation, grew up with the anime. I think there are going to be a lot more fans, a lot more than Persona or BlazBlue or Guilty Gear.
No, I agree. I'm not saying that it's going to perform poorly because its Arc System Works. I'm saying that Arc System Works style isn't quite as orthodox as one might expect out of a 2D fighting games.
Mm-hmm.
So that is why the game is being hyped so much. And it doesn't help that the action is good, and also the game is taking on elements that Capcom essentially dropped from MvC3. 3-on-3 combat, assists, X Factor. All of this is here. Then you've even got new elements, like the ability to charge up meter, just like you do in all the DBZ fighting games.
Hell yeah, dude.
Homing attacks.
Yeah, homing attacks, the pursuit thing. Apparently there are no throws, but there's something that's mechanically identical to throws in the sense that it's an unblockable short-range attack which can only be countered by doing the same exact thing. Like a throw.
Pretty much.
Yep.
You've got aerial pursuits, you've got cinematic transitions, you've got fucking stage damage, you've got all kinds of stuff.
You got special character things that happen.
Yeah, some characters can power up. That's another thing. The thing is that this game is at 20%, and they've even admitted that the game won't be ready until early 2018. And it looks
you can get beta at the end of summer.
Right. But the thing is, though, is that at a mere 20%, it looks like more love and care has gone into this game than a million Marvel vs. Capcom Infinites.
Yeah, it is surprisingly astounding that 20%, just merely 20, it looks so much better than Infinite. And it's coming out on September 30th. Or 19th, even sooner. Even sooner than 30th. I thought it was 30th for some reason, but September. It's coming out. Okay, we're in July now. We're in July, and it's coming out
in 2 months, Dari.
2 months.
Like 2.5 months.
And DBZ looks astounding. The visuals, the animation.
It's in 3D, but it looks like was hand drawn in 2D. It's a beautiful game. You swear you were playing an episode of the anime.
Yeah, it's like Cuphead.
Yeah, it is like Cuphead. Actually, Cuphead is 2D. This game is 3D, but it looks so 2D. It's amazing. It's more impressive than Cuphead in that sense.
77 days. Oh my god.
Yeah, 77 days to fix this fucking monstrosity.
It is not.
It's not gonna happen.
It's not gonna be fixed in our sense, It might be fixed, Capcom might be thinking, okay, the gameplay needs some work, but not the visuals, not the roster.
Not the roster, yeah. Well, it's too late.
The roster, it's too late for the roster. It's over. Even nothing's announced. We know Spider-Man's going to be in the game. We know most of the leaked list is coming. It's going to be a shit show. A lot of Capcom versus franchise lovers are burned out. They're mostly dismissive of this game. Of course, there's going to be players for this game. I'm not going to lie about that. But it's not looking good. Forecast predicts that this game is not going to have an audience, that big of an audience next year. Even with the DLC coming.
Right.
And then we're just getting more news for Dragon Ball FighterZ.
Yeah, we got
Trunks.
within 2 weeks of the game being fully revealed, we got a new character announced.
Yep.
Okay, and you know what? The worst part about it is that I can't even say that the DBZ Fighters isn't the only new competitor here. We've got that fucking Eureka game coming out.
Was looks like Street Fighter EX again.
Yeah. Well, they own the rights to those characters, so they're allowed to do it. And you know what? The game looked. Did you see the April Fool's trailer?
I did. It was amazing. Oh my god.
Yeah, it was amazing. Tell me, did anything Infinite do make you that rock hard?
No.
Like, I was...
The only thing that actually did that was possibly Mega Man X, and hopefully Jedi might.
Yeah, he won't. He's gonna be he's gonna be neutered. he gonna like, ow, a paper cut. That's the most blood you're gonna see out of him. He's gonna get a fucking paper cut. Oh look, rainbows and puppies.
Oh no, it's gonna be like Operation Hunger Force.
He's
That's
gonna
bad. Acceptable.
He's gonna sound like fucking Maximilian Pegasus from Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged. Well, Yu-Gi boy, you know, shit like that. That's how he's going to be. That's gonna be fucking Jeddah. No, I have no faith in what they're gonna do to Jeddah. I'm sorry. They have not proven to me that they deserve my faith on anything.
Yeah, it didn't look good with Street Fighter V, and definitely does not look good with this game. Shit, man, it's... Are you still gonna buy the game, Dari?
I'm not gonna try to like get him to.
I'm not
gonna
convince him. I'm just saying, like, are you still planning to? I mean, we had a long discussion already about how it doesn't look good for us, for me and Icepick.
I mean, I think the thing is that he's buying it because there's something that he thinks is important about it.
I mean, yeah, I remember back then with Marvel 3 when that was announced. Even though it had Chris Redfield in it, I mean, even
when you had Chris Redfield, you also had like. Wait.
I mean,
shit, you didn't have much to go on at the beginning with.
Sure, but
Marvel.
we had hype because 3 was coming, and it's something that we never expected because they lost the license for the longest time.
For like a decade.
10 years. Yeah,
10 years. 10 years on the dot, I think.
Yep.
Yeah, and
that's when Marvel 2 came out on PS360.
Hell, there was rumors, but nothing substantial or solid.
Right.
And out of the blue, bam, Marvel 3. And that looked fucking awesome, even though it had an art style.
And then they kept the hype going.
Yeah.
They kept revealing shit, and maybe not every month, but if they took a month off, the next month you'd get more than just 2 characters.
Right. And at every con they could possibly get to.
Yeah, at every single convention. Oh, hey, look, it's Spider-Man. Hey, look, it's fucking Albert Wesker. Hey, look, it's fucking Felicia and Deadpool and Dante and She-Hulk.
Zero.
Zero. Shit, MODOK. Sentinel. Task... Oh yeah, that was my favorite thing. Dari was excited about the leaks because Zero wasn't on it, but there was a missing character on the Capcom side, and then Zero showed up as a playable character at E3, and Dari just like started crying. He started crying, and that was my favorite because he started crying.
Get rid of Zero.
Of course they weren't.
The Zero's too popular.
He is.
I'd say more popular than X. I'd say that. You can quote me on this, everybody. Anybody who's listening. Yeah, I mean, we just ran through everything, huh?
Yeah, just about.
Oh,
so, any
you have something
final?
else?
Oh yeah, did you have another thing?
Did you have something, Dari? Icepick?
I mean, I've pretty much said all my piece on this one.
I'm just looking forward to DBZ now. It's a game we saw it leaked like the week before it was announced, But yeah, they showed off image. We didn't show video, but it showed images. Like,
Yeah, I
okay,
didn't know. I only saw it at the Xbox conference at E3.
yeah, that was where it was formally, officially announced, and we
I
were
know
just
anything
like,
about it. That's why I
whoa.
was so shocked. Like, oh my god, what the hell? Oh, this is insane.
Yeah, it looked like an episode from the anime, like you were playing it, and we had, and 20% 6 characters, and then we're just like, whoa, this game could potentially be a
competitor,
competitor,
a successor.
Yeah, we would go that far to say that it would be a successor. It could be one of the mainstays at Evo. Hell, the way Infinite's looking, like I said, it just doesn't have I'm not predicting a good forecast for the game in the future. But hey, I could be wrong. I said that there wouldn't be any DLC for Smash 4, and I ate crow many times.
Yeah, it's like the fact that they keep on saying, "Oh, well, don't worry about the game's roster sucking. Well, the DLC could be, the DLC will make it good." Like, no, I don't want to pay $60 to buy DLC. That's stupid.
The fact that they even announced DLC before release is just asinine.
The fact that they announced 6 brand new characters as DLC is stupid.
Well, Street Fighter 5 did, and people bought that for some reason.
Yeah, you want to know why I bought Street Fighter 4? You want to know why I bought Street Fighter 5?
Why?
Let's see. Out of half of the roster that returned from 4 characters got complete overhauls. Then you had 4 characters that hadn't been in a Street Fighter game in like fucking forever. And then you had 4 brand new characters. That's why I bought Street Fighter 5. On the other hand, Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite isn't quite so lucky. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Does that make any sense to you?
It does, but I mean, season 1 was just kind of meh. Season 2 is just about the same where we're at now with Bugs. Okay, let's have one old character, and let's bring back all these brand new characters no one knows about, and we're not going to tell you anything about them for like months.
It's just, if they announced, if Arc System Works announced DLC after release, I would have been like super over the moon. I would be.
Yeah, because the thing is that the base game already looks like it's worth buying.
Yeah.
That's the issue,
Right.
Dari.
I understand that.
The issue is that it seems like Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite is mainly trying to say, hey, you should buy this game because, hey, we might get more cool characters, or, hey, you should buy this game because if you don't, Capcom will stop making fighting games, or it's all threats and empty promises. Most of the people who tell me that I should buy the game aren't telling me to buy it for things that I can actually perceive.
Would you have been okay if they announced DLC after release, even if it did look the way it did right now?
I'd be less pissed off at them about it.
Yeah, I'd be more reasonable with it. Like I'd be like, okay, sure, why not? That's fine. It looked like you were heading that direction, not be stupid, but unfortunately they did be stupid about it. And
Do you feel that the leak said I do think kind of killed the game too. If we didn't get a leak of the entire roster by now, that turns out to be so far right, that would solve like half the problem.
sure, I guess.
Wait,
but
what would solve the problem?
I mean,
If they disproved the leak, pretty much.
if the leak was not.
The thing is that I think that the leak might have. The thing is, I think that the leak might have helped them out, honestly.
No,
Because
there are people who are mad because of the leak because when people are into the fact that is so small.
okay,
and
but
also-
all right, well, yeah. So what happens when we just find out that it's small in the first place?
But I mean, well, that goes back to Psych's question. If you found out there's DLC after the fact, and we found out there was a small roster, how would you feel about it then?
Sorry, could you repeat that question?
Like if we had a small roster.
If we found out we didn't get it leaked, we found out a small roster, and then we found out after the fact, oh hey, we're getting DLC.
If we had a smaller roster than the one we're getting.
No, if we didn't have a leak of the full roster, we found out it was small.
Oh, okay, sure.
And then we found out, oh hey, there's DLC.
What Dari said.
That still doesn't sound very good. This just sounds like they should have thought about this a little bit better, honestly.
Like, well, let's focus on a specific. Like, okay, if Marvel Infinite came out with the, just pretend that they did not announce DLC at all. That there was no plans for it.
Okay.
They released the game, and then months later they announced DLC.
I mean,
Like,
I'd be less pissed about it, but at the same time, I'm still not very. I still wouldn't be happy about it.
It's just, I don't know. Maybe it's the fact that coupled with the dull roster and then a bad business practice, it's both of those combined that we're really pissed off at them about. Not to mention the visual aspects of the game as well. I don't know. It's like it's 3 for 3, but what if it wasn't really 3 for 3 until after the game came out? But I guess there's no. I don't know. There's no point in focusing on what ifs because it's happened already. We can't really spend our time like, okay, what if this happened? Because if they let's see, like, what if this little kid just picks on his sister, and you get mad about it since you're the dad or something, but the kid expects like a reward for not picking on his sister. Well, what the fuck? You don't get a reward for not picking on him. Not picking on your sister. I mean, not picking on her.
Yeah, you get a reward for doing good things, for not doing shitty things.
That's my point. Like, focusing on like, what if they didn't announce DLC beforehand? Well, okay, good, I guess. But really doesn't fix the other issues the game has. So, yeah, that's my point.
I agree with that statement.
Yeah. Did I cut out?
No, you didn't. I agree with you.
Okay. No, I mean, I opened a window and it kind of like got quiet for a second.
No, that's fine.
Oh, okay.
I'm just saying that,
I mean, I see Dari's point.
I understand why Dari likes the game. I'm just saying that I don't agree with him.
No, I mean, like, I also put a what-if question to you, though, too.
Okay, but...
I
get what you mean.
You said the same thing. You said the same thing you said to Dari. And, yeah, I guess I can see why what-if questions wouldn't work, Yeah.
Well, I guess what I'm saying... I guess the issue is that... Okay, so the leak caused people to... The thing is, though, is that if there weren't a leak, I'm pretty sure that I would end up being more pissed off at the end of when they were revealing the roster. Does that make any sense?
Yeah,
Okay,
I mean,
yes, it does.
because you didn't have any knowledge beforehand, yeah.
It's like, oh, there's still a chance that these characters I like might show up. Oh,
Yeah.
well, we're getting pretty close. Maybe someone I like will show up. Okay, it's a month before release. Someone I like better show up. Nobody I like showed up. Fuck all of you. I hate your game. Fuck you. Die, Capcom, die.
It's weird.
Did that happen in 3 though? For some people?
For some people, yeah, but, like... Not me. I was fine with 3's roster.
Sorry.
That's fine.
I was coughing. I had to mute myself. But we had that drought, though. We had the void. We didn't get character announcements until later.
These voids are making me mad. It's like we've literally gone a month in between anything involving this game, and all it's getting is more negative hate, and Capcom doesn't do anything about it at all.
Well, I mean, the truth is that they're not really helping their case, though.
Like, Capcom really went about this all wrong. Like, there's...
It's like they forget what PR is.
Yeah, but, theorizing how to, going back and looking at solutions for how Capcom should have approached this, it's kind of like a double-edged sword. Because if they did this or that, that means they would have had to do another thing differently, another thing that we wouldn't have liked. And I guess like it's very difficult trying to find solutions because we had the void and we didn't have continuous character announcements, and if we did have continuous character announcements each month, and it'd still be the characters we still wouldn't have liked at all. First, because Marvel has a dull roster, and Capcom has a very weak one as well.
Right.
It's kind of like I said, it's just a double-edged sword. Figuring out Capcom's problems, it's just we would have to fix one thing, but at the same time we would have had to fix another thing, and fixing this breaks that, and right. It's a losing battle, and Capcom just really fucked us all over. It's so weird. It's so dumb. Like, I think they could have done it right, but...
The problem is that they pushed it out, and they thought that they could just get off on the legacy of the name alone.
Yeah, it's just, brand recognition. Like, oh, hey, what's a popular movie? Oh, Aliens.
Oh, yeah, Aliens Colonial Marine.
We're releasing that, and guess what happened? Turned out to be a fucking piece of shit game. Oh, man. The E3 footage looked okay. That's something I would have played. But then when the final release was out, to many, 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 many disappointed fans of the franchise, or fans of first-person shooters in general. What a shit show.
It's true.
I didn't expect that with the Versus franchise, honestly.
I mean, I don't think anyone did.
I know I'm just ranting, and rambling, but yeah, that's just that's a subject I wanted to bring up on this podcast.
I mean, I can understand it.
That's nice.
Because I mean, we're just getting like bad news after bad news, and not just because Capcom's saying it. We got visual confirmation that the game looks hideous. Sure. I mean, we can. I don't know, guys. Like we've said, like, okay, gameplay is the main thing that matters, right? But when it comes to this game, how come we're just disappointed with the? I mean, is it not just about the gameplay? Is it? I mean, are video games not just only about the gameplay? No?
The problem is, and this is something...
Together, and that's the problem.
Well, I mean, I think the problem is, and this might just be me, is that fighting games are a unique case in the sense that the gameplay relies a lot on the characters, because the characters themselves are tools, but people don't just gravitate towards a character simply based on the tools that they have. For example, Dari has proven time and time again that he is way better with Ryu than any other character in Street Fighter, but he refuses to use him because he hates the character.
Yeah, that's true.
So I think it's safe to say that a roster in a fighting game matters a lot, because people are going to gravitate towards characters, not simply based on what they can do, but how much they like the characters themselves.
Yep.
Okay? Those are my final thoughts on the matter.
Yeah, I guess I can say that. Yeah, well, I mean, we'll wrap it up. I'm just saying. I'm just gonna say this. So, final thoughts.
Go ahead.
I think Infinite, Capcom, really screwed the pooch. There isn't a problem that can't be solved with once. There isn't a single problem that can't be solved with one solution here. There's so many aspects to this that have to be fixed but won't be fixed, and now that we're up to this point, it's pointless to even speculate on what went wrong with it. And well, it's not all gloom and doom, or doom and gloom. We still have Dragon Ball FighterZ to look forward in 2018. So, yeah.
Not to mention games like Eureka's thing, and also there have been rumors floating around that KOF 14 is getting more DLC. So I really can't wait for that.
And Dissidia, for people who care about that.
That's another good point.
Mm-hmm. All right. Yeah.
All right. So, I mean, I've said my piece. I leave it to Dari because I think he deserves the last last statement, just because, I mean, we kind of tore into him a lot this time. So,
yeah,
you know, it would be. So, Dari, do you have any final thoughts?
I mean, I get everything that you guys have said. Yes, the visuals are terrible. Yes, the roster seems. Well, it pretty much is crap at this point, except for a few characters if they actually come to light. But I still feel like I'm holding on to the gameplay and the characters right now. A couple of characters I actually like and I want to see, and I feel like it's not gonna pull a fortune around and turn around, but I think it's not gonna be as bad as everyone says it is. And also, Dragon Ball FighterZ, I don't know how to say it because I saw someone someone was saying it's not Dragon Ball FighterZ, it's Dragon Ball FighterZ.
I mean, I don't think anyone really cares about that.
Yeah. I pronounce it either way.
Yeah,
I'm fine with either, honestly.
But I mean, Dragon Ball FighterZ is amazing. It looks amazing. It pretty much got the Naruto effect. I think I'm the one that actually played Naruto Storm 4, which pretty much got the same treatment as Dragon Ball FighterZ did. So they pretty much did that with Dragon Ball, made it look even better. But
hey, if other animes got the same treatment like Dragon Ball FighterZ is about to have, then I think Naruto could be part of the fighting game community as well.
Well, no, because that does different moveset. It is not competitive like that is. It's pretty much like the old same system been had for the longest time. People don't like it for some reason, and that's why it's still niche. But anyway, Dragon Ball FighterZ looks amazing. I think that we should celebrate both fighting games coming back as a whole, because fighting games were pretty much dying at one point until Street Fighter 4 came back around, and now we have all these fighting games that we can look at. We shouldn't be territorial about them all. Yes, and Marvel Capcom Infinite might look a little bad, but I mean that doesn't mean we should just throw it away and to say, oh look, Dragon Ball FighterZ is coming out, the Eureka game's coming out, KF 14 still coming out with new stuff. Let's just throw it out in the corner and play all these other games. And move to the other games that act like that game doesn't matter, doesn't count anymore. We should celebrate all the fighting games we have, not be territorial against them all. That being said, I'm still going to keep my pre-order. I think the game is going to look. I think the game is going to be decent enough to warrant my money being spent already. And I'm just waiting on more info. That's my only thing. I need more info. There's too many droughts in this info. That's what's killing it for me.
It doesn't really help that there's
really
not
feel like
much, and there's only like fucking 2 months until the game comes out.
70 days left.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like
77
they
days left.
better hurry up then. I mean,
Yeah.
I can accept the fact that you're still looking forward to the game. That's fine, but I just can't blindly support fighting games anymore. I'm sorry.
Right. I mean, you almost technically blindly supported Halo 14
I didn't blindly support it.
in the beginning. In the beginning, you almost kind of did. You kind of were sub off and you came back.
Yeah, I thought it looked like shit at the beginning, and then they kept improving shit.
Right. So, at Evo in 2 weeks, you see something better.
Well, I mean, they've got to win me back, and they haven't been doing a very good job of that.
They would like to be back.
Well, then why aren't they?
That's my question. Capcom, like I said, Capcom did really well with the PR in Marvel 3. What changed in 7 years? To make the PR is terrible.
The people running the PR department?
Yeah.
Apparently, despite the fact that Seth Killian was kind of incompetent, at least he didn't keep screwing the pooch like fucking Combo Fiend has been.
This is true. And the other guy, Bill, whatever his name is supposed to be the manager, I think, for this game.
I'm not sure, but
I forgot. I think he's the Marvel for this.
yeah, the Marvel game side. Yeah, I know what you're talking about now.
Yeah.
But
I
yeah,
think the black guy there for 3.
Mm.
He was cool, and he actually made things hype. Oh, apparently another thing that I found out randomly while stuff. Apparently, Frank Thierry's back for the story. That's why it's so shitty.
Frank Thierry's very.
He's a hack now.
He's a very cheap writer. So I guess we can wrap this up. Icepick.
Yep. So until next time, this has been Side B. I'd like to thank Psych and, of course, our special guest Dari for joining us tonight. So we'll see you next time. Goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.